Divas, I thought I'd come on. I'm on such a high today. My chest is all shiny. It's actually sunblock. I just did a video already, and the video went from this woman who's so talented, so great. I talked to her on a call saying, where do I start? Where do I start? Kind of all confused. And I'm like, you invest in the program and we sort that shiz out. Anyway, she just bought, and I wanted to share a little bit about how I sell my energy, how I get people to hit the buy button. So I'm just going to wait to see if anyone hops on. I look a bit of a mess, but that's okay. Please forgive me. I feel so good today because we are also setting up offices under the house. We've been painting, building. It's been intense. My husband's been away. I've had builders here and painters and electricians. And finally, guys, we are literally, we're going to have all this beautiful office space. Hey, Creeper, I'm back again, waiting for a few people to arrive. I was just explaining a few things. So I just did a live a minute ago saying, that this woman was in that kind of questioning, like, do I could just feel this sort of fear coming up. And I'm like, come on, let's go. So the way that I sell, and it's something that you need to learn, and it's something that I teach very deeply in High-End Empire and in my Diva mind. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Marissa. How do I sell? How do I sell? I'm just waiting. You're beginning to join now and come along. I can't even talk properly. Hey, Kira. Hey. Sorry, I was just saying I've got sunblock all over me. I'm trying to protect my décolletage. I actually lasered the shit out of my décolletage. This is hilarious. I'm giving you away all my beauty secrets. I feel like I don't need makeup on. I look a complete mess, but I did go for a walk with my husband, and I did already do a video here. So this is video 2 today. And I'm just going to call it. And I think sometimes, I want to be humble. I started from nothing, but I want to tell you, I am epic at activation. I'm very, very good and brilliant at teaching selling. I'm very good at moving women along. So the energy for me today, there was a client, she's now a client. She went from, hey, Crystal, I just happened to chat on the phone. I felt the energy. I have a whole sales team behind me who get on calls because I'm just bloody too busy. I have, leads and funnels that I teach this. I have leads and funnels. I have consistent flow coming into my business every single day. I know hey, Jody, hi, Marissa. I know what it's like. Hey, Kira. Hey, Katie. It's a system. It's a process. It's called a funnel, right? Where we have ads going to free content. We establish a relationship. We book clients in or potential clients or prospects in for calls. That's how we do it. And so I have a whole team behind me that does the majority of my calls. But this week, sometimes I've got a bit more time. I love talking to people. I love talking to women. So I wanted to share a little bit about how I do that and why I have so much fun. And so I have a whole process and a whole system, but the system for me now is embedded and rooted in. I teach it in High-End Empire. I've literally got people in High-End Empire that aren't even coaches. They're in retail and their sales double in their retail stores within a matter of months. What is this? It's strategy, it's systems, it's alchemy, it's the sisterhood that you have to support you in your ascension. There's a shedding process that happens, and there is absolute, there's a system, as I said, there's a space, there's a vibration, but there's also a process that we teach. Anyway, so this client or potential client, we chatted. I wanted to get on a call with her. I said, let's just chat. She wanted to potentially join one of my retreats, and she was just really interested. And I said, let's just have a little talk. So I got up on Zoom, and then we had this chat, and she said that she was going to buy, and then she didn't. She'd already had a call booked in with someone on my team, and she went and booked in for that call. And I just reached out to her and said, look, I'm just really curious. I'm happy for you to speak to someone else on my team, but you chatted to me, and hey, everyone. And I would just like to know what made you feel, that you needed to also chat to somebody else, which is fine. It's her prerogative. I'm happy for her to do that. So she said, that's a good question. And I sort of felt that hesitation, and she said, I don't know where to begin. And I'm like, babe, we can sort this shiz out in a moment. Like, we've been doing this for years. I've been running this program for 4 years. I've been teaching, or 3 years. I've been teaching this exact work because I had my Diva mind before then, CEO, Diva Business School. I know what I'm doing, right? So it's like, come in. It's that fear. It's that pullback. So what do I do to sell? I speak to it. I don't sit there holding back. I don't sit there in hesitation. I don't sit there in worrying about whether this woman is going to be offended by the fact that I actually speak up and use my voice to call her into action. It's called service. It's called having the authority and the personal power and the willingness to go to bat for someone, right? It's inconsequential really to my bank balance or to the overall scheme of my business, whether that person buys from me or not. So yes, of course, when I sell volume and volume and volume of that product, it can make me very rich, right? But really at the end of the day, that woman's choice, you know, where I get pulled in, it's not about, oh my God, I need an extra $1,000 down in my bank account and her payment plan ends up being about a 4K product, whatever. It's really at this level for me, making sure that the woman gets what she needs. She gets the support, she gets the shift. And that's what you need to be able to speak to in your businesses. It's not like, oh my God, this sense of desperation around, I need to make this sale, because they will feel that, right? They will feel that. So I always teach in my sales processes, you've got to put your fear outside of the door. Whether you can barely afford to buy yourself a fucking latte, you can't turn up to a call with a sense of desperation, and you cannot expect to really be in your power and hold presence for someone on a call when you're worried about every P and every Q. You've got to be, this goes exactly to what I was also saying yesterday. Be authentic, be yourself. Your ideal client will get it. Right? Your ideal client will feel the vibration and know the truth. So I take a stand. I'm like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? We're here for you. It's all here for you. Let us serve you. Let's go. Let's move. Let's go. It's not like, it's not coming from a vibration of push, 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 or manipulation. It's just like, what the fuck? We're all going to be dead soon. What are we doing going around in circles? Don't go around in circles. Going around in circles is a choice. Get a clear line and go for it, right? When I was all scattered and all over the place and you don't have energetic presence, there's no grounded energy, it doesn't work. You will not be able to build a thriving business. You've got to get grounded as all fuck, and you need a system and a process that works. When you're paying for this sort of type of investment, you're also paying for the energetic presence, the intent. Every single video, every single everything has a vibrational resonance, right? And that's also what you're paying for. So that's why my students do so well. We love, we care deeply. We don't hold back. We deliver the best of the best work we possibly can. We do overgive because we want to, because we're so committed to seeing women ascend. So if you're ready to rise, please, whether you work with me or not, stop with the, this energy. I know it. I've been there for years myself. I was like that for a long, long time, especially after I lost my company. But if I'm really honest with myself, I was probably like that for decades, because it's that fight, flight response, unresolved trauma. There's a lot of chaos in the world. We don't know how to hold our energy, hold our presence, create our own kind of vacuum where we're in our own vortex. And that's also what I teach. So it's about coming into deep embodied alignment and your power, and really grounding in your energy so that you can serve at your highest, so that you can sell. Does everyone get what I'm saying? It's not this, this will literally poison you. It's just not, number one, it feels like shit. You probably have not been taught how to hold your own power, right? Because I certainly wasn't. And I see this, I work with hundreds of students. Right now, I literally have about 200 and something, like maybe 60 or 70 in Rich Diva. I've got about another 50 in my Diva Mind. We're changing it, so we're not taking on as many clients. We're going to rescale that differently. So, but I've got about 50 there, and I've got about 260 or 70 in $1 Million Diva. I understand this deeply from my own story of suffering, from my own story of fucking myself over, from my own story of being literally physically and emotionally abused. And this is where most women are at. They've had this abuse and they don't know how to ground in and heal and forgive and recalibrate. So that's part of what we're doing, so that you're not in that energy. So I just invite you all, guys, to be very mindful of that and bring yourself back into your presence, back into your body. Claim claim yourself and allow your spirit to be grounded in your body, right? There has to be a deeper level of resonance, of trust, faith, and then deliberate action. There's not that many things that you need to do. So when we get you into like high-end empire, it's like, get on video, introduce yourself, watch module 1, craft your offer, come to class. We have weekly live classes. We'll look at your offer, we'll get it on, and then you need to sell. We've got sales modules and processes and templates, and it's really, that's the first stage. You know, most people are sitting on a bit, at least about 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, even up to $100,000 is sitting there ready for you to claim just from your warm audience, people that already know, like, and see you, right? The rest, then you're going to go into potentially running traffic and building your audience. But I have so many students who've come in who are making literally 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand in a month very, very quickly when they come into high-end empire. And that's not from running traffic or anything. That's literally just from your current Facebook audience. That's about it. Hey, gorgeous Kristen. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, Chris. So that's about it today. If you want to speak to someone on my team, go to CEO Diva chat. The link's there up above. I'm here for you. I stand for you. I'm ready to help you move at the speed of light. You just got to say yes, honestly. We have very happy clients. I was saying to this woman, we don't have hundreds of testimonials and case studies because we're not good at what we do. There's a reason. There is a reason. And the reason is that our work is pretty much top of the line standard. It's not novice material. It's very deeply well thought out. It comes from years and years of experience. And that's what we offer in the Diva Mind and High-End Empire. If you want to reach out to me personally with any questions, all you need to do is message me on Messenger. I'm available. I can call you. I'm happy to answer any questions. I've got some time back at the moment. I feel so good. I've got all this freedom and space. I don't do a lot of private work anymore, private consulting or coaching work anymore, just little bits here and there, but not a lot. So I've got my time back. So if you want me to call you, speak to you, just message me on Facebook and Messenger, and I'm happy to answer any questions. We've got absolutely nothing to hide. I can send you heaps of case studies, an overview of what you get, all the modules, the curriculum. And also I've got a live training coming up next week, which is richdivamasterclasslive.com. I'll put that down in the chat box. Rich, I don't know if I can. I'll put it up later. Oh yeah, here we go. Rich Diva Masterclass Live. That's coming up next week, where I'll break down how I went from broke to booked out, plus lots of stuff to do with strategy, running traffic, how I made my first 150K in 4 months after struggling for so long, selling $100 sessions, how I sold my first 6K package paid in full, and then how I went on to scale from there. So I give a lot of free content. I will also have a pitch for High-End Empire there too. Okay, so come and join me. I'm known to give big. People feel very activated by coming to my trainings. So if you've even been before, come again. Come say hi. Hey, Satya. Hey, Star, everyone. Hey. Okay, sending you so much love, beauties. Have a beautiful, holy, divine day. And I'm going to go move this office. I cannot wait to show you guys. It's beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. Okay. Hey, Nicola, you should join. Come and join us in High-End Empire. I know Nicola. Hey, Star. Hey. Does anyone have any questions for me today? I'm sitting here. I've got some time. I've got to go on a sales call in 25 minutes. Go back and watch this. If you haven't watched this video and you're just joining now and I'm wrapping up, I really talk about presence sales, calling people on their shoes, taking a stand for people, and that's how I sell. I don't beat around the bush. I'm direct, and I don't worry about offending someone. I always speak with respect, but I call them on their stuff if I feel that I need to. Does anyone have any questions that you can ask me? Anything about an offer, anything about ascension, anything about anything? Money stuff, money drama. If you want to ask me a question, just post here. I'll wait to see. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Huma. Hey, gorgeous. If anyone wants to say anything about the content in the program High-End Empire, you can share. Some of you are in my High-End Empire. Does anyone have any questions for me? You can ask me anything. anything you want. Like, any tips, anything you want to ask me now. I'm going to wait and see. Is there anything you have for me? Otherwise, I'm going to go copy. One of my editors is going through my new CEO Diva Mind page. I'm going to be doing a new, changing my mastermind. It's going from, my mastermind used to be almost $14,000 for 3 months, and then $20,000 for 6 months. Would sell really well, sell like hotcakes. But we're changing it. We're going to be doing a $997 no contracts scenario in the next few months. That's coming up. Why am I doing that? My billing rate for my hourly fee is $3,000 an hour minimum. I have to think twice about taking that on. Not that it's not good money, just because I don't need to do it anymore, and I don't want my days full of consulting gigs. It just is like back to back. So I can't stand that. I did that for years, hate it. So basically the Diva Mind, we just give so much, and sometimes I'm sitting on calls for 3 hours, and I don't want to do that anymore. So we're going to allow more people in, $997 a month, no contracts. It's not like cheap, but for what you get for it, it's like epic, because my time is pretty full on, and I can help activate people and get people selling so quickly. So we're going to be doing a $997 a month platform, like a mastermind, where you get direct access to me. So it's just going to be actually, and Chris will also teach, so I want him to go over some of the tech stuff and ad stuff. So that's coming up soon too. So we're shutting down the Diva Mind as it is, and then reopening it in another phase, in another way. And that means it allows me to also scale it even bigger and bigger and bigger, and reach more and more people. So if you want to know more about that, let me know too. Okay, divas, I'm sending you so much love. I don't see any questions. Oh yeah, I do now, sorry. Just wrote a whole lot of gratitude to you and your team for an incredible life-changing program. Enriched Diva, Bianca says, thank you so much. How do you know when you're nearly through the healing process? I think for really, we're always going through healing. I think you have to start with the premise of I am healed. And, we can say I'm healing, you're going to go through a deeper healing ascension. But if we can come into I am healed, I am whole, I am a divine holy woman, and with each breath I take, I'm ascending and rising into new levels of consciousness, awareness, and power. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. We start with the premise that I am not broken, that there's nothing that needs to be fixed. Until the day that you die and that your immortal body goes back into the earth, we are always in a process of resurrection and restoration. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous to think that I'm now, got it all. I think we need to be loving and kind and reverent and patient and honoring of what it is to be a human being. So what I do personally, and I've shared this a bit in $1 Million Diva and $97 membership, it's like I call to have deep awareness, to see where I'm fucking myself over, to see where I'm holding myself back, to see my darkness, and to take deep responsibility for it. But I do not attack myself. I do not berate myself. I go, oh, that's interesting. I think Osho's the one who talks about look at your pain and look at your stuff and your darkness with a sense of curiosity. I would say to look at it with curiosity and love, and heed the lesson. And so I instead of hating on myself, which I used to do for decades, from my body to everything, I'm like, okay, and I allow myself to have a deeper level of understanding and patience and love for myself. I work with a lot of people who even work in self-love and manifestation and stuff like that, my clients, and I'm like, okay, but you need to, and not to berate yourself, to just take responsibility, you need to drop into a deeper level of embodied love consciousness for yourself, because you really haven't forgiven yourself. You really haven't let yourself off the hook. And so that creates distortion. So what will it take? The question I ask you, what will it take for you to love, to hold yourself sacred, to see that you're the embodiment of divine Christ consciousness? That's what you are. You're the divine, the holy diva. That's what Diva stands for in the world of Ingrid Arna. It's divinity. It's not ego. We are always poisoned. Our energetic field is always dense and heavy and distorted, which then brings in all the shit, because we are not in a state of love vibration for ourselves. So I don't think, I think we are healed and whole, but we're always, so rather than saying nearly through the healing process, I now allow myself to rapidly ascend every single day with grace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is I'm up for that, I'm up for that. Because when you're up for that, you always see the subconscious. You begin to look into the subconscious. You begin to be a lot more aware rather than resisting because I want to just be fixed. I want to just be, you are fixed, you are whole, you are divine. Is everyone getting what I'm saying? Hey, everyone. Hey, Lee, this is guys, look at what I'm doing. Hey, Lee, when are you joining High End Empire or coming to work with me privately? I just had a woman join High End Empire, actually. This is, I share this stuff. I'm not giving away anyone's name, and I know who she is. She's a $1 Million Diva. She's an absolute divine spirit and lovely lady. And she put the 997 down because it's 997 down at the moment, and 11 payments of 347 a month for a program that is literally worth over 40 grand. It really is. Anyway, so she joins, she puts the 997 down and then doesn't look at any of the modules and turns around to our team and says that she is freaking, like she didn't even say she's freaking out. She just messaged me to say that she did this big healing because I went through this healing process in $1 Million Diva around father stuff, and she went and did it and had this massive life-changing shift with her father. And then anyway, so that was cool. And I was getting tingles because it was really amazing. And then I see these emails coming into my customer service that she wants to pull out of this program. And I'm like, interesting. What's going on? So I reach out to her and I say, Diva, I heard that this is going on for you. What's going on for you? Because you haven't even looked at anything. This is going to help you so much. You invested in it. You've committed. It's a contract, number one. But more than that, why? What's going on for you? I really want to understand what's happening. You know, you're having a freak out. What's going on? Because at the end of the day, you've got to learn this skill. And her marriage is dissolving, and more than ever now, she needs to take care of her children. She needs to learn this skill. And so I don't take it personally at all, because I just understand that it's to do with her own stuff. And so that's really, really important when it comes to, I think, also being a fierce leader online. You can't take it personally when people do things like this. You've got to look at it with love and reverence and stand true in your own authority and presence, but also have a deep level of love and compassion. Does everyone hear what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this woman is just petrified, and she actually needs someone like me who's not going to take it personally because she's trying to pull out of a program, which, by the way, is not acceptable. But I'm not really saying that to her, but vibrationally I'm like, commit. You've committed, commit and follow through. But so I went to her and I said, Diva, you're so talented and so gifted. You're sitting on that edge of rapid, like really amazing change. She's a really gorgeous woman. And I just reached out and I said, let's have a heart-to-heart. Do you want to speak next week? And instead of saying, just leaving it like that, I said, I think you should come and work with me privately or upgrade into my Diva mind. So I'm actually going to be inviting her to either spend more money or more money more quickly, rather than doing an 11-month payment plan, because you don't get an 11-month payment plan on coming into my Diva mind. There's at least a bigger investment kind of up front, but the return for her will be enormous. And that's where I feel that she may best be served to up the ante. So I'm not pulling back. Number one, she either stays there and I help her out, and I'm doing some live classes personally in that group. Usually it's just Lisa or Chris teaching every week, and I'm going to be doing a live training there next week, and then one in March, because that's a special that I ran recently on a webinar. So I'm going to honor that and go for gold there, right? Anyway, but I'm going forward. I'm going, well, why don't we have a chat? Maybe you need to come and work more closely with me. And she's like, yeah, actually, that's what I really want. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm not going in, getting my knickers into a knot. I'm not taking it personally. I'm speaking in my truth, and I'm speaking with love, and it's a fine line. It's between, and what is love? So I'm fierce, I'm loving, I'm direct, and it's a beautiful space to be in. It creates a beautiful connection. Does that make sense? You're all hearing what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm like, come on, let's go. Monica, I'm still waiting for you to hear back from you, Monica, darling. You coming? Coming to upgrade? Coming to upgrade to work with me? So we can blow up your social media marketing business through the roof, so you can make the bank. Come work with me. Stop hesitating. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. There's always money there. People will find money. People can make money like that. One of my clients has started selling $10,000, $12,000 packages paid in full, and She just like yesterday wrote to me and she was like, oh my God, I feel so sick and blah, 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 blah. And it's happened to about 3 women over the last sort of about 48 hours in my mastermind. And another woman who did 86K in 2.5 months. She started in Rich Diva and then went to my Diva mind. Anyway, amazing woman. And I've got proof of all this, by the way. It's not just numbers that I'm throwing around. They're proof. And you would probably receive an email from Tarzan today saying that she would proof that she did over 100 grand in cash in her bank account. Anyway, loads of like that feeling of tiredness and healing and through the ascension process. And so I just want to wrap up by talking a little bit about it. There's a fine line between, you know, you want to be deliberate, you want to take action, and then you have to know when to rest and recalibrate and allow your body to heal and restore and go into the next level of consciousness. So what I find a lot with women, and I used to be exactly like this, it's taken me most of my life to get to this point. Please, I invite you, when you are resting, to fully rest, to not be in a state of, once again, that fight, flight, rest. Turn off your phone, turn off your messengers, stop pitching, stop trying to hustle, just fucking slow down and allow yourself to rest fully. You can always then go into the next level of selling 24 hours later, 48 hours later, right? Give yourself the space, the time, because if you fully trusted that you will sell, that you can do 10 grand tomorrow, 20 grand tomorrow, sell 3 spots of 10K packages, or, you know, over the next 7 days, which is what is available to you, how would you be resting when you're resting? Do you actually shut off? Or are you constantly kind of in scarcity? I spent most of my life like that. And you know, then people wonder, why am I not manifesting? Why do I feel so tired? Because you're adrenally fucked. Because you're constantly, you know, like in panic mode. Behind the facade is a panic, right? So what will it take for you to just trust and be still? Because once you do that, your whole entire frequency and energy changes. The way you show up changes. The way you speak, it's grounded in. Are you getting what I'm saying, you guys? He's hearing me here. It's grounded in. Susanna, waiting for you too, Diva. Waiting for you to come work with me. Aduidi, hello, gorgeous. So that's all for today. Rest, serve, speak up, talk to people's fears. Do not expect to rise into leadership if you're playing in the realm of wanting approval and everyone to like you. What do you need to say? What needs to be heard? How do you show up in a way when someone rejects you and you don't take it personally? You just keep showing up. I see so many women, oh, so-and-so said no to me. And then they go into a little wounded kind of cave. Don't do that. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about whatever they're feeling, and you need to go out. I had a client, and so someone said to her, hear me, sister, thank you, Sabrina. She says, oh, this client told me, this potential client, that I had a really great sales call with her, and then I went back to her to see why she hadn't purchased, and she says to her, you're not taking enough of a stand as a leader. Like, I feel that your messaging isn't as on point, and I need someone who really has this really strong presence to hold space for me. And this client was like, oh, I'm feeling insecure. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. You know, and I said, oh, you got 2 choices. Here's your 2 choices. You either run away and go into victimhood and take it as some sort of attack, or you actually listen to a bit of that feedback. Don't take it personally, but think, well, what can I learn here? What is this person? Because she's given you really fucking great intel, right? This woman has told you what she wants. And God bless her that she actually told you the fucking truth. Is everyone hearing what I'm saying? She's told you what she wants. So go and demonstrate that. Don't go into a ball. Go and demonstrate it. Get online. Go into your group and speak the fuck up. What do you need to express so that when that woman sees you, and she may not, but she will feel it vibrationally, there is a shift in consciousness. What do you need to express in order for her to know that you're for her? And where is it that she may be right, that you're not really owning your true power in the way that you need to? You know, I had a woman years ago come to me, wanted to charge me 50 grand to work with her. She calls herself a leadership coach. And I'm like, hey, sister, you know, you're beautiful, you're lovely, I think you're great, but there's no fucking way that I'm paying you to work with you, whether it's 50 grand, 100 grand, 5 grand, $500. No way, because you call yourself a leadership coach, but I'm taking more risks than you. So I need someone above me to lead me. Why would I buy from you when you're not even taking the, you know, I don't need someone to look at my financial forecast for $50,000. Thank you very much. That's not what I need. I know what I need. So anyway, this woman went out and she did the video and she really was like, yep, okay, fine, you're right, I'm going to do it. She went in a video and that woman turned around and bought from her $12,000. So if you are not selling as well as you'd like right now, sure as shit, I can tell you that you're hiding. You're not speaking to what your clients want. You're not connecting enough. Your marketing is off. And marketing is not a dirty word, by the way. Marketing, when it comes with a deep sense of meaning, selling is a sacred act. You've heard me probably say it a million times in my trainings. When you serve, when you honor your word, when you give, when you hold your clients in love and you honor everything that you say that you're going to do, serving is a sacred act of service. So selling is service, right? To not sell and to not support them is actually the blasphemy. Selling is sacred when you deliver on your word. Okay, I'm going to wrap it. Mwah. Reach out to me if you want me to answer any questions about any of my offers and any of my programs. CEO Diva Mind, as it is, as I said, is closing up. We're reopening it as a 997 platform. At the moment, if you want some private coaching with my coaches, if you want me at your beck and call pretty much Monday to Friday, if you want 5 hours of live coaching every single week, and yeah, that direct access to me, there's 2 more months of that. We've got a 2-month price. Just message me and I'll tell you. We've got a price for people who are already enriched Diva, and we've got a price for people who've never bought from us before, because you also get our full digital curriculum as well, plus the 5 hours a week of live group coaching. You get 2 private hours with one of my coaches, and you also get 2 private healing calls as well. It's a pretty big, intensive program, and people do incredibly well in that immersion. Okay, sending you guys so much love. Bless, bless, bless. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.